Okay, good. Hey, everybody. We are here to discuss success in 2024, and we are going over so far we've gone through business planning and goal setting, and now we're going to go over the pillars of business to help you reach your goals. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just laughing because I'm trying to get StreamYard set up on Facebook right now. And it's all good. I don't know if it's working for me, but we're going to roll with it. And
The top right corner, Josh, do you see, or Maria, does it say Facebook and the check mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be good. You should be going live.
Okay.
We will test it when we're done.
Cool.
But, fabulous. So, pillars of business. What are some of the pillars of business that you guys use? And feel free, this is live. So comment, give us ideas, suggestions. We would love to hear them.
Yeah, I think this is, obviously, all these topics we're throwing out there are certainly great this time of year to get people in the right frame of mind going into 2024. And hey, the bottom line is people have a choice to what type of business they want to create, right? And whether you're a new agent, you're a veteran agent. One thing I've learned in my career is it's hard to be good at everything, right?
Yeah.
But you can be great at a few things. And that's what we're going to talk about today is picking a couple avenues of business, pillars of business, and being great at that. I'm gonna throw it to you first, Maria, because I'm sure you got some great ideas that you're focused on in 2024.
Okay, so in the past, I have been very heavily focused on internet leads, lead generation, and things like that. I am changing up my business a little bit, and it's a little scary. And I know that I kind of hit on it before my computer blinked out last week, but change can be scary, and it's very much an unknown territory for me. But I have hired a ISA, and this will be my first inside sales agent. That's what an ISA is, because I know we use a lot of acronyms in this business. So they are going to be doing some outbound calling, some circle prospecting and things like that. And I've never really had that as part of my business before. So I'm really excited about it. But of course, I'm nervous because it's outside of my comfort zone. I've always been very successful with internet leads and lead generation. So this will be a new adventure for me.
Boy, that's exciting. And it was funny because I was just talking about that last night, but instead of an ISA, well, I'm starting to get new agents, and Josh, you and I talked about one of our goals, and I think I am really good on the phone. But what I personally, doing my SWOT analysis and knowing my strengths and weaknesses, I'm not excellent on the follow-up. I'm good at making the phone calls. I'm good at, I'll sit here for hours and do that. But to follow up with an email or to remember to handwrite them a note, that's my weakness. So that's one thing I'm going to try to do. But so then you've got an ISA. So that is a great pillar of business. But you're talking about
and kind of going back to what you just said, they're going to help us as well to make sure that our plans that are in our CRM, that our plans are where they need to be. Because if our plans are where we need to be, we'll never miss writing that writing that card or anything, because it's going to be part of our plan. So they're going to jump in and help us with that too. They're very experienced with KV Core, which is what I'm using currently. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Hey, that's phenomenal. So what are some pillars of business that you do, Josh?
So yeah, I'll kind of, Maria, I love it. And you can build a business around an ISA. You can build follow-up plans. You can nurture campaigns. So that is a big piece of someone's business, but obviously it's all about the execution. So just go for it, which you're going to do in 2024. I have over the years really analyzed, the future of the business, the future of my business, that kind of changes on an annual basis. And right now, what I'm very much focused on is relocation business. You know, I am aware that that is a lot of movement in the market. You know, those are the buyers and sellers. They're absolutely moving out of necessity, and interest rates are not really affecting them. So I want to capitalize on relocation. Now, what does that mean for a pillar of business? I'm committed in 2024 to working with local HR departments, human resource departments, having a relocation package, prospecting these local businesses so we can be the leader for these future employees that are coming into West Michigan. So I think that's well, I know it's going to be a big piece of my business 2024. It's really cool. We just there's an organization with 250 employees in West Michigan, and through helping some of these employees, they've asked us to be, you know, their come to their employee life business life planning session in January, and be a resource for their employees, right? So I'm going to double down on HR departments, relocation, and just get really great at that. You know, some of the other things that we've consistently been doing is, you know, our top 50, our VIP clients, our database, that has to be our bread and butter, is all of our past clients, and you know how we're going to connect with them. So that's going to be another pillar of my business. Another one is social media and YouTube, you know, creating video content and being consistent with that, so that can be a lead source. And
that could be hand in hand with your relocation, Josh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're doing all about bringing around Michigan.
Yeah, I look at it in two pieces, just because there's so much video content you can create out there. There's so many avenues you can. So I'm going to do that consistently, but I'm going to put another level of effort into those HR departments and, you know, prospecting. I've learned a lot of this from you and all the great agents around the country about the opportunity to network with other agents, right? This is a real business opportunity, which is amazing when you buy into it. I mean, I looked at our numbers and I was amazed that, you know, 12% of our business is now coming from agent referrals. So how do we double down on that? How do we build a database around that? How do you stay in contact with other agents across the country? So that would be another pillar of my business. So that is me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And it was funny. We figured out about 14% were agent to agent referrals. 60% were sphere of influence. So we're going to add in with the top 50. And we currently do 4 parties a year. So we're going to add in one more party, one more touch. And then I'm copying you, Josh, and I've added the YouTube video because I think that, because we are, and you too, Maria, you should do the same thing because you're a destination station. I mean, people move there to retire. You're at the beach as well. So I am going to add that as a pillar of business. And I'm still keeping my internet leads because that makes the other agents really happy. I personally don't really work internet leads, but I've been doing it so long that I really work my sphere of influence and other agent in networking. Those are my strong suits.
Jennifer, I've done the exact same thing. I've gotten away from the internet leads and I give them to my team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, every now and then I will get one, but the majority of my business is exactly like yours. It's coming from my sphere. It's coming from people that I have met, that I know, I like, I love, other agents. And you know, you have to work to get your business to that point. So the people that are watching this that have only been in the business a year or two, it's important to get out there and network with other agents and get to know other agents and get that referral business coming in that way, and definitely work your sphere. Take very good care of your sphere of influence.
Agreed. So in your opinion, how many pillars of business do you need? Like, my opinion is you need 4. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I think being great at 3 to 4 is very attainable. I think 4 is an easy number to execute. It's funny. We literally just had our agent accountability meeting before this, and that's where we put together our monthly commitments. And for all of my agents, like, I'm going back to them and saying, have you connected on all 4 of your pillars of business? Are all of your commitments in line with what your pillars of business are? And if you don't have anything that is focused on, your VIP clients, your top 50 clients, then we've got to add something. So I think it's attainable on a monthly basis to execute at a high level with all 4 of those pillars.
I love it. So what are some other ideas? I know when I was a newer agent, open houses, that was a huge pillar of business for me. I was very, very successful at it, got tons of business from it. What are some other ones for other agents, maybe newer agents, that they could do? Maybe they don't have money to buy the leads or to have a videographer. So I think open houses, that's a good one. What are some other ones?
I think has anybody, and I did this when I first started, B&I groups. Join your chamber of commerce. These are some low-lying fruit that you can just reach up and grab, because here's the thing. Probably the company that you are working for as a newer agent, they're probably a member of your local chamber of commerce. And by being a member of the chamber of commerce has business after hours. They have events that they sponsor. You can meet all kinds of local other locals that can help you build your business. And those are the people that you want to connect with. And that's some real low-lying fruit for the newer agents.
You know what? I think getting involved at any level, and I was just teasing because, I think by now I've shown everybody all over everything, my new granddaughter, but I was teasing with my daughter because years ago, I would have told you my number one pillar of business was my children. I was PTA president. I was highly involved in their schools, and I got so much business from it. Now my children are adults, so I keep saying, well, when my grandbaby turns 1, I am starting to do kinder music with her.
That was your lifestyle then. That was part of your lifestyle. That was somewhere that you had to be, and you wanted to be involved with your children. And look at Stephanie Cathy. She's doing some of the same things. She's on her PTA now. And I'm like, it's definitely going to generate business.
That's right. And other things, I love woodworking, and I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it. And there was a group downtown Wilmington that was helping children, younger children, get off the street. So it was giving them an after school job, and they would come in and they would learn woodworking, and everything that they made got sold to the public, and 100% of the money went back to the kids. So I did a lot of volunteering with that, which I love serving. But in doing that, I also got a lot of business from it. So I think just being a member of the community and being out there and being involved. So what are some other? Go ahead, Josh.
Well, you got to invest the time and energy. That's the biggest thing. Going back to consistency. We're all playing the long game, right? We're all playing the relationship game. We're all playing the long game. There's a pillar opportunity list I have right here from Workman Success, and I'm just going to touch on some of the important things that I think people can do. Now, you touch on open houses. If I'm a new agent, I'm doing open houses at a very fanatical level. That doesn't cost any money to do an open house.
That's right.
But what you can do is you can be doing 2 to 3 open houses a week. I've got agents in my company and my team that have built their business around just doing 2 to 3 open houses a week. So if I'm a new agent, I'm definitely starting there. I think there's also an opportunity for some. People think geographic farming, they think, gosh, that's expensive. But again, if I'm any agent, maybe what I'm doing is I'm picking a neighborhood, I'm putting together some complementary market analysis, and I'm walking those neighborhoods. I'm doing some door knocking. I'm sending maybe some neighborhood stats, and I'm doing that with some consistency for 200 to 300 houses. That will pay off. Some other ideas would be, maybe building relationships with either estate attorneys or divorce attorneys. There's a lot of people there in the attorney world that are really, passing opportunities along. So there's a big piece for that. We've talked about, networking is a huge piece, like community events is a massive piece. I actually built my business around starting a nonprofit organization like 20 years ago. I was trying to figure out, this was before the days of social media. I was like, how am I going to meet everybody in this area? So I was 23 years old. I said, I'm going to start a professional networking organization, and I'm going to meet everybody in town. And by word of mouth, we were able to create this organization of young people that still don't exist today, but you've got to be creative. You got to work for years on this type of stuff. So there's a lot of other ideas here as far as maybe some home buying seminars, maybe some downsizing, maybe some upsizing seminars. You could build your business around creating seminars that you're promoting on social media to try and attract a couple other buyers. We've talked about relocation, mom and dad groups. We kind of talked about that. The list goes on. There's no shortage of opportunities for people to pick something that they're going to be great at. Go ahead, Jennifer. Were you stopping me?
No, I am sorry. I don't know what happened, but I was hearing everything twice. And so I was scared I was interrupting you, and didn't know what was happening. So I fixed it. So I apologize. No, you were doing great. I was messing up.
No, it's all good. I just want to make sure I'm not.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
You could build a pillar of business around senior communities. This is something we're working on, right? There's a lot of people that are moving into these independent assisted living. How do we go out and make relationships with all these senior living communities so we can be the person they're referring their, new homeowners, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's excellent. You're 100%. You're 100% right. And it was funny when my first year, I started real estate in September of 2007, and it was the end of September. And between September and December, I did 5 million in sales with the average sales price of $250, all from open houses. 100% open houses.
Jennifer, that's amazing.
But you also know that like I'm always on speed, right? It's like, oh, I have an idea. Okay, I never do anything like mediocre. I'm either do everything or nothing. So, but I think it's all opportunities. It's all meeting people and how to meet people and being consistent. I think that is super, super important. So then, but I think all of these are excellent ideas. Trevor,
how many of y'all have done your Christmas parade this year?
Yeah, I have not done a Christmas. I've never done a Christmas parade. What did you do for your Christmas parade, Maria?
Okay, we actually have teamed up with one of the tradesmen in the area, Power Washing Man, and so we do a lot of things with him. Not only is he a past client, excellent friend of mine, and so we kind of teamed up with him, and he has a huge wrapped truck, and we had our cold air balloon out there. We walk, we hand the kids candy, we shake hands and kiss babies.
I love it. I love it. I saw the Remax Elite page and I commented on it. Somebody had built like a kid's playhouse. And they put the Remax, they put their sign as the roof.
And he did the roof out of commercial signs. He did 2 commercial signs and that was his roof. I was like, okay, so my next thing, Chris is going to be building me a house.
Oh, girl, I'm the same thing. And now I've got a grandbaby. I'm like, okay, we could work this. We could build it. The grandbaby could have it as a playhouse, and we could, because I was thinking it would be good for parades. I was thinking the parades would be really fun. Decorate it with the lights and
you have to, but these new agents, they've got to get out there and just, like you said, guys, get involved in the community. It doesn't matter what you're doing, just do something. Get out there and be seen.
Yeah, Trevor's a guy on my team. He's younger. He's been a real estate probably 5 or 6 years, but he's in he might have just turned 30 or 31, one of the younger guys, and he does not like leads. For whatever reason, he does not like those leads. He loves circle prospecting. He
Right.
loves it. And he has found a couple of neighborhoods that he really does well in. But he just gave me, if I could find it, he just wrote a letter. He sent it to 400 people in the neighborhood. It was one sentence. Dear Josh, I have a client for no, it said, would you consider selling your home at 123 Main Street to my prospective buyer?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Find his name, put a business card in it. He got 7 listings.
Wow. Yeah.
And sold all of them. He really did have a prospective buyer.
Right.
But ended up getting 7 listings from it. Now, he had called the neighborhood, he had door knocked, and this was his 3rd thing that he did. But it took him, he and his girlfriend were here. They hand wrote the letters.
Right.
But one sentence. It took them 2 hours and got 7 listings.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what you're talking about is execution. So I think the how we need to kind of wrap this up is, I've said this multiple times on the show. We can't just be idea people, right? It's great to come up with the ideas, but what we're talking about is, let's come up with the ideas, but then we got to build action plans around those ideas. So when Maria's talking about the Christmas parade, I mean, that's like a community event plan.
Yes.
We can even talk about like wedding shows at conference centers,
Absolutely.
like home builder shows. Like, so that's like a community event plan. What am I doing month in and month out? What am I doing with the circle prospecting? What am I doing with, my top 50 clients? So the ideas are critical, but the execution is much more important. And that's what we're chatting about.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And maybe that's what we should go into next week, is just come up with the 4 pillars and how to execute those. Go a little bit more deep dive on some of those. Is that good with you guys?
That sounds great, because, I don't know if y'all remember when we all met, a few years back. I always say I go to all these conferences and these conventions, but my goal is to leave there meeting new people and to walk away with one new nugget.
You're exactly right.
One new piece of information that I can take back and implement in my business, because the whole thing that Josh keeps alluding to is you've got to execute on it. It's great to have all these ideas, but I used to try to execute everything. And I'm like, you really can't. You've got to just drill down, figure out where your strengths are, pick a few of those, and that'll become your pillars of your business.
Yeah, and that's what I think too. And that's what he said, 4 pillars of business, and then make sure to execute them every single month. What were you going to say, Josh?
No, that's it. I mean, I'm very much in the mindset of picking something you actually can believe and buy in. I actually challenged one of my agents today because he had 5 pillars, and one of his pillars, I kind of called him out. I'm like, you put this out there, but you've been talking about this for 5 years and you actually haven't done anything. So is that something you actually believe in?
Yeah.
So I said, remove it. Like, you got to buy in, you got to believe in this, and then go out and execute. So we have an opportunity to pick things that we know we're actually going to do and buy into, and then we go out and execute. So I love it.
Fabulous.
Yes. And if you enjoy them, they're fun.
Yeah, they are fun. I would agree with you. And then it comes up, you reach your goals, and then you end up buying your lake house or paying for your college tuition or whatever you need. But, well, thank you guys. We'll come back next week and we'll get a deep dive in those 4 pillars and how to execute them.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
Have
guys.
a great
Have
day.
a great week.
Bye, guys. Thank you.